Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It is Chase and Melia here, and we're so excited that you are here joining us today. Today's video is exciting. It is another sponsored video by our friend Harvey, a supporter of the channel. So thank you so much, Harvey, for sponsoring today's video.
Also, I have to say,
yes,
Harvey sent us a message, and I gotta tell you, Harvey, it's things like that that make us love doing this channel. Absolutely. And love trying to just get people excited about singing.
Yes.
And so that was, you know, you didn't read our email, but that was what was expressed, was that it's just, you know, they're not a singer, but they are just loving music and loving getting after singing.
Yeah.
And watching our channel has helped that. And that's the whole reason we make it. So I just want to say a quick thank you and acknowledge that email of just saying, things like that make all of this so much more fun.
I think that for those of you that are watching our channel or videos that are not considering yourself singers, like you aren't a singer, you're just an appreciator of singing, or you just love the artists we react to, but you find something valuable and like, oh, I actually could go sing, or like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was going on. That's really our goal too. Like our goal is to kind of break down this fallacy that it's just magic. That there's not a lot of super intentional stuff that happens over the course of years.
Or that people didn't work on it.
Or that people don't work on it. Exactly. That it's all just talent.
It just came out of the womb.
Right.
Like
I think there's a little bit of everything. If you're new to our channel, you'll learn that as you go. Watch through our videos. But that is our passion. We love singing. We love the technique of singing because we think that singing should be something that everyone can do and everyone can enjoy, and that you can always continue to improve on. So that's why we're here, and that's what we're going to do today. Today we're reacting to Jeong Eun's cover of Adele's "Easy on Me." So there ain't nothing easy about that.
I love that song. We used to do that as part of our gigs when we would do like 3-hour gigs. That was one of them. Yeah. And just a fantastic song.
Absolutely. So it's a live performance, which we love. And again, if you're new, we're going to pause often. We're going to talk about what we're hearing. Techniques-wise, dynamics-wise, all of these things, we're just excited. So let's keep going.
Yep, and we have colds, and so we'll be drinking some throat coat.
Got lots of tea,
delicious.
And it's not sponsored by Throat Coat.
Not sponsored, but they did.
And let me tell you, we tried to be
time.
sponsored by them just because we love their stuff so much. Traditional medicinals, shout out. And they were like, "Sorry, we're not interested in that at this time, but here's some free Throat Coat."
Here's some
and we said thank you.
Yeah,
we
fantastic.
Love Throat Coat,
and I will
so
still
much,
tell people love Throat Coat. All right, let's get started.
I like the bright blue microphone.
There ain't no good in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. I know there is soul in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim, and I am drowning in this silence, baby. Let me in.
Do it.
Okay, so most of us have heard this song before.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna, that was the section that I would love to talk about.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything first?
I do. I think that originally I'm pretty sure I've said this before, and if not, it's similar to somebody we've reacted to where it sounded to me like a little hesitant. Not hesitant like it nerves or anything, but like under-supported at first is how I felt at first.
Sure.
So small. Like such a short period of time did I feel that way.
Oh, yeah.
Because like it, and this is a thing where as like, we're going to call ourselves critiques in this situation.
Yeah.
You're just kind of commenting as things happen, and then you can, in hindsight, piece things together. So I could say at the very beginning that it seemed like she was a little bit under-supported, but then seeing how she sang that second little piece of it, it felt so clearly that it was a dynamic choice, because she then changed it just a little bit, but sang all the way through those phrases. Like, it was a dynamic shift that seemed more artistful than it was, oh, I'm nervous and under-supported. You know what I mean? But I think that I think we're all about intention and intentional choices and making these choices when you're singing. So it's never like, don't do this or this is bad. It's just, what's the motivation behind it? Like, All of that is the
intentional
comments I
singing
have.
is the whole goal.
Yeah.
So I would like to go back a little bit because I want to talk about how I think this is fantastic, where it's, if you've ever tried to sing on a mic or really kind of low
Tender.
and intimate, tender, or it's I don't know, I keep thinking about if you're like kind of out of breath but you're trying to whisper,
100%.
like, hey,
It's exactly what.
Hey, what do you want for dinner? You know, it's just really, that level of breath control is really difficult, especially at low volume levels.
Yes.
When you're really going after it, you can really set it and send it.
Yes.
This, you have to both send it but also use it delicately,
Yes.
which is a lot of control.
Way harder.
And so I just want to listen to this one section.
That I've been washing my hands in forever.
That I've been washing my hands. It's really light and really, and she, she's giving it what it needs. It's got the good resonance that we always talk about, but it's hard to control that without getting super breathy.
100%.
I think she's got a great clear tone.
Yeah.
And that's coming from this breath control that I'm talking about.
I agree.
She's sending her air, but she's still really using it delicately. So
100%.
that's a tough one to do both.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a good comment.
Silence, baby, let me.
That was another thing I wanted to point out, was that was a dynamic use of the mic that I feel like I'm only just beginning. Like I'm starting to do that when we are singing live, and it's just another thing that people do that you don't know is adding to the, in this case, the performance.
Yeah.
Right? Let me. It's using the mic, using the technology, but also using your instrument.
Yeah.
All together. It's all one instrument. How the placement of the mic is part of your instrument.
Yeah.
Your voice is obviously the main instrument.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Go easy on me, babe. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me. There ain't no room for things to change. Bury your bones so deeply stuck in our ways. You can't deny how hard I've tried. I changed who I was to put you on first, but now I give up. Go easy on me, babe. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me.
Chase, what are some takeaways?
Okay, I want to talk about that specific line that's like, easy on me, baby. Like she goes through her break in a way that is so cleanly supported. Like, how do you do that? Okay, you have great air support all the way through.
Yeah.
You have experience. This is where I think practice comes in. Like, you have experience of what it's like singing through it, singing through your break. That's like doing warm up, like siren warm ups.
A lot of people struggle with that.
It's really difficult. And what we're talking about is like, sorry, I have a bad example. Easy on That was like all head voice.
Well, one thing I would say...
I'm trying to show you,
I think
like...
she's a heady mix. Also,
She's a heady mix.
I already said we're sick.
No, it's not that. It's more I'm trying to show, like, the transition. You guys know what I'm talking about, of when it's, like, a slam into a chest voice.
Sure.
And that's not what she's doing. It's a beautiful
perhaps
open
I can
up.
do it.
You can't.
Easy on me, baby. Right?
Kind of like
where
that.
it's like,
it
it kind of
feels so
hits
different.
and all of a sudden it's wild. It's a wildly different tone,
sound, yes.
Right?
She is not doing that, is what we're trying to say.
She's not doing that. And I would say some of those... I know time... Oh, the key is high for me.
I had no time to choose.
She really
Just
gets into that.
here.
And it gets that buttery... like, I always love... That's why I love Michael Bublé's, because sometimes he really gets right here, and he, you know, it sounds like... You'll never find...
Yeah.
It's that buttery, really resonant...
Yeah.
But it's still light and soft. And I think that she's got a
beautiful.
super heady mix.
I agree.
Because of how they've arranged the song. So, like, when they first started, I was like, this isn't just like a straight cover.
No.
This is like their own arrangement of the song. And it's a lot lighter and less like, you know, Adele.
Is it different? Yeah, it's different.
She wants to sing it kind of heavier, I think.
Right.
Because that's just where her voice really shines. And I'm not saying that
Hers
Jeong
doesn't. But
can't
this is
do that. But this is a different style, right? And so I think that's why she's chosen that headier mix.
Yeah.
Is because it's lighter. It's more like kind of sad and more less like less dramatic.
It's softer. I would say it's exactly less dramatic. I think that it was so exciting to hear her though pull in that full phonation and like just really like it wasn't that whisper kind of soft, more delicate singing that you heard in the beginning, which would have been beautiful and fine for the whole song, but now she has it. And let me tell you what's so difficult about what she's doing here is that she's still soft dynamically and still tender dynamically. She's not screaming.
No.
Because that's another thing you hear and you see a lot, and that's why it's so difficult, is it's easy to potentially sing in your head voice and then scream it. But that in between, that like real true dynamic control and technique
consistently,
and it's just she is a master. You can tell she is a master of her instrument, and that is really fun to listen to.
Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying because it makes it feels like a different song.
Absolutely.
And how she's singing it is really sweet, but it's like
it's really sweet.
It's that light. It's really sweet, but it's not whisper singing. We've talked a lot about whisper singing on the channel.
It is not that.
It's not like so tender that it loses all clarity, that it loses all of its power. Like this doesn't feel like super powerful. It feels sweet, but it also feels like it would carry, you know, to the back row because it's that clear, beautiful voice that just sends through.
Absolutely. I think though it's not losing its clarity. That is like the number one takeaway I would say. It's very cool. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So easy. I had good intentions and the heart is soft, but
I gotta point out something real quick because I can't seem to say it enough. There was go he. So she stops and she goes he. Like you can hear the air escape before the note, and that's a good thing because most people go e where they'll do a glottal attack, and that's building up a bunch of pressure and punching it, and one, that's not good for your voice, but whatever.
Right.
I would also say dynamically with what is, it doesn't fit, and so a lot of people don't even know they're doing it. It's totally unconscious. Yeah. But start your phrases with air first. Yeah. Go easy on me, baby, because it's all about that breath control and that breath technique that we're talking about. Once you get it started, you're good to go. But if you're if you put your voice in front of it and then the breath has to go through it, you're going to be playing this kind of herky-jerky tug of war the whole time. Start with your air, send the air, and then ride the air.
Absolutely. But one more thing I want to say too is her breaths are silent, and her microphone is like
hot.
is hot.
Sounds like it's hot.
So they're truly like, that was one of the things my voice teacher always talked about, was like, if you breathe in, you're already like closing and creating tension there. So if you practice silent breaths, like you're just silent inhale, like it's kind of hard, but it's also an intentional like relaxing and opening, and you don't hear her breath at all.
Yeah, we have a breathing video on our channel that is still, it's kind of
not
great
old. Quality,
it's not the greatest quality, but it has everything.
Okay,
everything in it is exactly what we mean when we mean how to breathe, how to have that good breath control, how to have that supported, consistent airflow,
100%,
and how to have that silent breath, because you've heard people on the mic. Easy on me, baby. I was still a child.
Yeah.
Didn't get, and it's like, it's not that their voice isn't beautiful, but that gasp, that gasping breath is a little distracting, and it kind of takes away from the performance.
Well, and it sets you up too for some tension. So that's one of the things that I always think about, and I noticed with her.
Absolutely.
Silent breathing.
Yeah. Well, and the reason why I stopped is even I just did it. I had, high.
And that's high too.
Oh, it was tough. It would.
Is that where she's at?
Oh yeah, I think it's.
Let's try it.
I think it would be easier if she had a really hard glottal attack up there. That one was kind of hard. I kind of maybe hurt a little bit. It's just sending the air, getting up there, and being super in tune. I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
She does, I'm not saying that she doesn't sing with any tension.
No.
But it's that idea of breath control, that clarity, and the resonance is really
really good. Yeah.
But I know right now, it probably doesn't even
show. A lot of people, Americans especially, show.
Yeah, it was a really bright vowel.
Show. It's like show.
Show.
Heck yeah.
Show.
That's absolutely a fantastic vowel to pick.
Totally.
When you're singing, even show. Fantastic.
So cool.
Love it. Aaron vowel, guys. Haven't you heard this enough yet?
Never.
Should we listen to it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
and the height is off, but I know right now it probably doesn't even show. Come easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. Some go easy on me.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Super, super cool. I'm curious to know what that is. Like, are those people that are fans? Are those other singers? But it's an open mic, so that's a cool thing because, again, that we love live performances, and even better, stripped down performances.
Oh yeah, just her and a piano.
Yeah,
amazing.
it's just so
Fantastic.
vocal. Okay, and I think that I really loved that, and I just think she's a great example of still singing like artistfully relevant. That was a weird way to say that, but like I'm trying to say that I think she's got some like classical technique vibes. Like there's still the full vibrato sometimes, and there's still some stuff that like to me feels more like
trained. Yeah.
And that's not like a judgmental thing. I'm literally just saying she sounds like a trained singer, but she's singing in such a incredibly perfectly stylistic way.
Free and stylistic. I would agree.
It's fitting to the song, the cover, the atmosphere, the whole thing. I just thought it was really cool. So yeah, I loved that.
I liked in the bridge
when
she goes in hard.
Yeah.
And I had good intentions. And the goes way like and it almost sounds like at first you like, is that
where to go? Yeah, exactly
like,
right.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Because of I don't know. It reminded me of Ariana Grande.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Where like those really, you know, where all of a sudden it sounds impossibly high.
Right.
And it was so delicate and clear. It was like, I don't know, something about that. And this is what we mean when we mean intentional singing.
Absolutely.
When you plan your phrase like that, when you say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And to the outsider, it's going to seem like one piece, which is good. That's the goal. You don't want to seem like a bunch of chopped up blocks of decisions you made.
For sure.
But that is a decision that she was like, I think I'm going to take it like this. I think I'm going to do this like that. And I found that when I put work like that into me singing a song, even if it's a karaoke song, it goes from being pretty good to absolutely blowing people's minds.
Yeah.
And I just can't tell you how much it's little things like that. Yeah. It's little things like, ooh, I'm going to do this like this.
Yes.
Because I think it could be as simple as because I think it's cool, or it can be a deeper reason because of, you know, the lyrics, or, you know, or whatever you're trying to communicate in that moment.
Yeah.
But the way she went up and pulled back when it was getting heavy was like both surprising, made you tune in more, and then it was fantastically sung, which made you go, oh my gosh, you
just
know,
melt.
It's another layer that is impressive, that makes you appreciate the song. Yeah. That makes you appreciate the performance.
Absolutely. So, and the artist, I think.
And the artist, and so I would say, you know, but but this is where I get intimidated when people say artistry, because I don't always consider myself a very creative or artistic person. But I am a technical kind of person. And so if I can think about it in a way of like, okay, I have this phrase, what is something that I can do that is cool, but is not going to distract from the song? Because that's the thing you don't want to do. You don't want to sound like you're showing off. You don't want to sound like you're pulling out all the stuff.
Just for the sake of.
You want to sound like it's the easiest walk in the park in the world.
Yeah.
But you also want to express well and express big and do all that kind of stuff. So I think when I approach phrases, or I approach learning a song or singing something, I'm looking for opportunities to make it special, to make it a little bit more interesting. And I find that a little bit of work that way gives you back tenfold.
Definitely.
You know, it's worth, my dad would say, the juice is worth the squeeze.
And it wraps it all into intentional singing. It's about the choices we make, and that's what we want you guys to do. We want you guys to make intentional choices when you're singing, and not just get stuck in habits out of, you know, maybe not knowing, or also just like not choosing to, not choosing to have a little bit of effort in a technique. Like, and it sounds really big and scary and all that stuff, but I just mean like, if you want to sing forever, which we want to sing forever, and I want you to sing forever, there are some things that will make that more likely.
Yeah.
So it's not about being perfect, because you're never going to get there.
No.
We're never going to get there. Like, perfect doesn't exist, but it is about taking care of our voices so we can do it forever, because that's what I would like to do. And we want you guys to do that. Absolutely. And not hurt yourselves. So there's my little speech at the end of this. But we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks again to Harvey for sponsoring this video.
Thank you, Harvey.
Yes, if you guys are new to our channel, make sure to watch another one of our videos and then click that subscribe button. Otherwise, we will see you guys next time we post. Have a good time.